Hi, I'm Sandy Maness with Natural Restorative Health and Wellness Solutions. Our mission is to provide a positive, holistic approach to mental wellness that will equip and inspire you with the best products and information available for optimal health and financial restoration. I am also a wellness partner with Amari Global, and we know that the #1 cause of stress is financial. You think about it in the morning, you think about it at night. It's something that just doesn't change and doesn't go away. So I am here today with best-selling author Rachel Cruze, and she's also a TV personality and radio personality. She's a trusted source to help with your finances. She's also the daughter of Dave Ramsey, and I just want to introduce you to her. She is going to be giving us some advice on how to get your finances in order so that the stress can kind of be relieved a little bit and you can live your best life. So how are you doing today?
Yes, good. Thanks for having me on. This is so great.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
So, we have a major problem going on here in the U.S.
Yes.
Forbes just released an article February 25th of this year stating that the student loan debt is the highest ever. The numbers are just truly mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It's like more than 44 million borrowers collectively owe over $1.5 trillion in
Trillion.
debt. Trillion,
Not
yes.
billion, trillion.
Yes, and mortgage debt is even higher than that.
Yeah.
And not to mention auto and credit card loans. So why do you think these numbers keep rising? Is it lack of money, lack of education, behavior? What can we do about this? Because you can imagine the burden this puts on people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Wall Street Journal says that 78% of Americans, you all watching this, are living paycheck to paycheck. And so we have become a culture that is, I'd say, obsessed with debt. This idea that debt has to be a part of your life. They believe this lie that you cannot go through life without debt. And when that's your mindset, then you fall into these normal behaviors of, sure, the only way I can go to school is to take out a student loan, so I'll do that. And I have to sign up for a credit card to build my credit and be a great adult. And if you want a nice car, of course you have to go get a car payment, right? We've just believed these lies, and that's the problem, is that they are lies.
Yeah, it's not true at all, is it?
Right. You can do life without debt, but it takes some intentionality. It takes some planning. It doesn't just happen, right? The debt industry is huge. Like, they know what they're doing. They're brilliant at marketing. They're brilliant at spreading these lies and these myths. And just as the American people, we've just taken it upon ourselves to say, okay, this is the way to live life. And so I always tell people, if you are happy with the outcome of your money financially right now, then keep doing what you've been doing. But if you are like normal Americans, living paycheck to paycheck, sitting in traffic to go to a job you hate, to deal with a jerky boss just to get the paycheck to come in and the paycheck to go right back out, and you think something has to change. I don't want to live my life like this. I don't want to look up at retirement and think, where did all my money go? Like, I work so hard. And so when you get to that point in your life, that's when you can start to change and say, you know what, I want to do something different. But different is hard. Making change is hard. But it is possible, and we are helping millions of families across America do that and live their debt-free journey.
That's awesome. How do you guys help with that? Like, what tools, resources, things like that do you guys provide here at Ramsey Solutions? I know y'all are growing like crazy.
Yeah, well, personal finance, it's really 80% behavior. It's only 20% head knowledge. So we do help with the knowledge side of understanding, how do you budget? How do you live intentionally? How do you get out of debt? Do you do it smallest to largest amount? Do you do it highest interest rate? You know, all of these things. We give you the knowledge of how to do it, but actually changing your behavior is up to you.
That's the hard part.
It is. It's so hard. But what's so rewarding on our end is, like, when we travel across America. I was just in Des Moines, Iowa earlier this week. I was in Kansas City the week before, LA, New York, like all over the place. But people are doing it, and when they get out of debt, they come up and they say, you know, thank you to Dad or me or whoever. They're like, you changed my life.
That's how I met you.
But I love that I get to say, no, I didn't change your life. You changed your life, because the behavior is what's key. So here at Ramsey Solutions, we provide books and classes and product, everything to help you, again, get that knowledge and help throughout the behavior change. But the beautiful thing is that people are changing their own lives. They're doing it day in and day out.
Yep, and I've seen that. I have led 4 Financial Peace University classes at St. Edward's in Texarkana, and I love seeing the life change. You can literally see the people go from, unorganized and just scared out of their mind to they have a plan when they leave, and, just a whole new outlook on the whole money thing.
Yes.
And watching, have you seen relationships change right there in front of your face?
It's amazing. You end up, your marriage changes, you parent differently. I mean, all these things happen because it goes back to what you were talking about earlier. It's the stress. When you are in control of your money's not controlling you, naturally you're going to be less stressed about it because you have a plan and you know what you're doing. When you're wandering through having, numbers in your head and there's no real intentionality, then it's stressful. When you're checking out the grocery store and thinking, is this too much money? Like, should some of this money be going
my debit go
to
to
pay?
Card?
Yeah, I mean, like, am I, of course your stress level's gonna be out the roof, but when you're on a plan and you're in control and you're making progress for the better, there's such freedom in that, and so many levels, spiritually, financially, emotionally. The freedom that comes with it is powerful.
Exactly. So, it's so easy to just get in a debt and get a house right now, the house that you want, and get the car that you want right now. So why do you believe that living a debt-free lifestyle is the best option rather than joining the just masses of people that just dive right in every day? I want it now.
Yes.
Why do you do it different?
Yeah, well, I'd say it's hard, right? Delayed gratification is something we're not used to. I mean, I even think about this, right? Like your phone, you can make a dinner reservation, book a hotel room, check what the movie times are, look at the weather for the next day. I mean, you can do all that in 2 minutes. Like, it's amazing how fast we can get information.
Exactly.
But that feeds into our purchasing decisions, and we think, well, if I can get these things fast, then naturally everything else in my life I want quickly. And so it is a hard thing to have patience and to say it's delayed gratification, but things are just so much better when you own your life. Again, when you live a life of debt, other people are telling you your destiny. Other people are telling you what you have to do with your money. But when you don't have anyone telling you anything, you don't owe anyone anything, your money comes in and you get to decide what to do with it. And the power is back in your hands to say, okay, what do I want to do with my life? Do I want to give some of this away? Do I want to save some of it? Do I want to spend some of it? Like, what do I want to do with it? And that's the powerful thing, is you're putting choice back into your life.
Exactly. And I know personally from using
in
the
your story,
program,
is that 100%.
But yes, I'm just like, some other people. I'm back on round 2 right now. So I've been working with my journey.
Yes.
I actually hired a coach, Les here at Ramsey Solutions, who has been walking through with me because I just had to learn the lesson real good.
Yeah, that's great. So, hey, sometimes it happens. We're not going to be perfect. And that's the thing also. You have to give yourself grace,
exactly.
Right? Like, we're not all going to be perfect. I mean, I teach this stuff every day, and I probably overspent at Target yesterday. Maybe a little bit of confession here, right? I mean, so yes, things are going to happen. We're all going to have bumps in the road, but the more in control you have and the more you say no to yourself, the less severe those mistakes are that you're having to back into. And so I think that's key.
Exactly. So do you recommend taking Financial Peace? Like, what if somebody says, I already took that like 10 years ago. I'm good.
Yeah, I'd say retake it, because not only are we refreshing videos and content and totally changing the whole dynamic of Financial Peace University, but again, especially if you have gotten off track, get back on. Like, get back on the ship like you did. Go back and walk this plan again because it works. And that's one thing I can believe is the truth is that it works. It's based in biblical common sense principles that no matter who you are, it can work.
And every time you take it, you're at a different place in your life.
Right.
So you may be a couple of baby steps ahead, and it just kind of helps you behave. Every time I've led the class, not only have I met just amazing people and watched it change their lives, but it also changes my life every time I pick up one of the things in the lessons where Dave's like, remember to check around, and get more than one quote before you make a purchase.
That's right.
I usually save $200 or $300 right there, and sometimes people are worried about the value of the class, what it costs ahead of time. I'm like, just that one lesson, every time I see it, I save at least a couple $100.
Yeah, totally. Good. So good.
Well, great. I guess what else here? Your best-selling book, Love Your Life, Not Theirs, is also a great resource to help people. You shine the spotlight here on some of the most damaging money habits we have. What do you believe is the most damaging money habit, and what is one tip from your book that you believe can help improve the lives of millions?
Yes, I think as a culture we've gotten in the habit of comparing our lives to everyone else's. And it's so easy because of social media. I mean, it's just our access of seeing other people's lives and lifestyles is so fast, and it's so easy, and it's a black hole. And I get it because I've been down that black hole many times, but like you can get lost in it, and it's wild. And I think we just have to realize what you're comparing your life to. When you look at specifically social media itself, like it is a snapshot.
Exactly. You're going to take the picture of the pretty stuff, right?
Yes, it is. It's the highlight reel. Like you put the best parts of your life out there, and again and when you're someone else that's consuming that content, that's what you're seeing. You're seeing everyone's best moments, and of course it's going to make you feel like, well, my life's not exciting, my life's not great, like we're not doing all this great stuff, I'm not going on this vacation, I don't have that kind of car. And so you start to compare your life again to this one little snapshot that you don't see the whole picture. And so that's what you have to realize, that there
exactly. And I'm probably the best example of this right now. I'm living in a fixer-up. I had to get cash. I had to flip stuff around when I made my mistake. So my house right now, I had to have it leveled. So from the pictures you take, or I take and post on social media, you're not going to know that the wall's all crooked and that I eventually have to get to getting it painted and sheetrocked. And my truck right now, it's paid for, which is great, but it needs a little work. But I call it my debt-free trophy. Some people just can't see that. That's but right. I'm actually very, very attached, but I can take a certain picture of the truck or a certain picture of my house, and everybody thinks everything's just hunky-dory.
Yes, that's exactly right. Totally. And so what that ends up doing is, I love the quote, the comparison steals your joy.
Exactly.
But I think it does more than that. It steals your joy, but also steals your paycheck, because you end up spending money, and sometimes money you don't even have, aka going into debt, to keep up a lifestyle that you think everyone else is living, and that's normal. And so exactly. I should be like that. And so it just gets us in trouble. And so the comparison habit, damaging, guys. We got to drop it. And so how do you do that? How do you quit the comparisons? Well, I always go back to one word that has helped me tremendously through the ups and downs of life, but that is gratitude. Being grateful. Because in a heart filled with gratitude, there is no room for comparisons and discontentment and all these things that we struggle with. When you are grateful, it's amazing what that does. And so I started a gratitude list a few years ago, and it's incredible. Like when you just type down or write down a couple of things you're grateful for, and you do this over a season, it's amazing what comes to light. And so that's one thing that I know has helped me, and what it leads to ultimately is contentment. And I just came out with a contentment journal to walk people through 90 days of how to find contentment. But gratitude is a huge part of that. But
I'd love to see that.
Yes, I know. Yeah, we'll give you a copy for sure.
Okay,
and so it's a journey that we all take. But it's one that, again, you have to be intentional with taking and say, okay, you know what, I'm going to quit the comparisons and learn to be grateful and be humble and be content with my life. And the beautiful thing about contentment is that it's not complacency, it's not laziness. You can still be striving and doing great things with your life and being content, but it's more about your heart and not where your identity lies. And so I walk you through that in the journal, but it's powerful to make that a habit in your life.
Exactly. That's great. And just being thankful for right where God has you at that moment.
So
that's
true.
the way I looked at it.
Hard seasons, but man, it is. It changes your outlook for sure.
Exactly. So, what are other tools just here? Because, y'all have grown so much since the first time, when I lived here in Franklin. I'm on this trip back visiting them here. What other tools should I be aware of that Ramsey Solutions provides for people now?
Yes.
Just if you can run through those for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you go to daveramsey.com or rachelcruze.com, you can find a lot of this there. But we have multiple best-selling books all around the topic of money, different aspects of it. That Financial Peace University, like we talked about, it's now a membership. It's a subscription-based product, and you can take the class while you're in that. We have ELP, our endorsed local providers, whether it's real estate or tax or investing or Smart Investor Pros, people that we actually help recommend to you in your area for these areas in your life that can be hard.
That's nice to have someone you can trust.
Yes. Oh, it's so huge, so huge. So that we have podcasts and shows on YouTube, the radio show of the Dave Ramsey Show, and a few of us Ramsey personalities will jump in and out of that show too. So we may be hosting a few hours. You can listen to that. Lots of anything on social, all that. We're always trying to put out great content to help people when it comes to this area of their life, to help lower the stress.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being on here
absolutely.
today. This is just wonderful.
Thanks for having me on.
Oh, no problem. I'm about to start leading every summer at my church. I try to lead a Financial Peace University class, so I hope you'll join me this year. And if you're not in my area, I encourage you to go on DaveRamsey.com and just search Financial Peace University. And normally there's a volunteer like me volunteering to pay it forward in your area. So thank you very much.
Thanks for doing that, teaching the class. So huge. Yeah, check it out, you guys.